Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Brad, this is John, and we are the Posh Kings.
Thank you so much for joining us, but yet again, we definitely appreciate your support and the interest you have in us sharing information. As we always say, a lot of these great questions come into us through Instagram,
Yep.
some of them through YouTube, but they're always great. And it's so much easier sharing them here so that the answers can be with everyone else, so we can all grow and learn from each other. It's always the best way. So we're going to jump into our first question. Let's see what it is.
He's looking at his notes, of course.
Yeah, my notes in my phone, as always. I don't have that great of a memory to remember all of these. What is your favorite part of being a reseller?
Well, I like shopping, obviously, so it kills two birds with one stone. We get to, spend a lot of money on merchandise, and it kind of fills that void of...
And we don't develop debt with it. We can actually sell it and make money.
Yeah, and that's even with our personal stuff, too. Like, we'll buy stuff for ourselves, wear it a couple times, or wear it for an event, and then we just sell it. Even if you don't get back your full amount, at least you're not coming out full out of pocket.
We always sell our clothes.
Always. Every event we've ever been to for Poshmark, we have literally sold off on Poshmark.
Yeah, I think there's one blazer left.
There's one blazer left, yeah.
One blazer.
What's your favorite?
Along with what Brad just said, of course, are the friendships that we have built across the years. Because I've mentioned this many, many times, that reselling can be a very lonely job because people work from home and they may not, be around other people during the day. So it's nice because we all have learned to reach out to each other, just say hello. So
like wellness checks.
Yeah, it developed a support system with so many people. So the people are very, very important. Next. What is the advantage of selling so much or so many new with tags items? Which we do. We sell a lot.
We sell a lot. There's so many different answers for this one. I would say first and foremost, it's the easiest thing to list. You don't have to go into like full description. You just have to give like measurements of flaws, possible like missing pieces or whatever, any kind of damage. If it's new with tags, it's pretty straightforward, really easy, and you can also list it quickly. So that's definitely one of them.
Yeah, obviously it's not as planet friendly, of course. We're not stupid. We do sell pre-owned items. Yeah. We have sold thousands and thousands and thousands of them. But yeah, it is much easier selling new tags items. Also, sometimes you can look at it this way. It is good to have a mixture because some people are looking for new items for certain reasons, be it holidays or birthdays, so forth. People typically like to give new items for those things.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, my phone went dark. But let's start over.
Also, too, I do want to chime in.
Yeah, please do.
Especially like on eBay, and also Poshmark too, I guess. A good thing about new tags items is that if there's ever like a case, you do have a higher leg to stand on, so to say. Like, it's easier to like win the case because if it's new, it's new. Like, they can't say there's damage or it's not the right whatever. It's a new item. So we've used that to our benefit also. Like, if we ever had a case open up against us for damage, not described or damaged item, it's new tags.
It definitely helps. There have been many times where like receipts from the stores that we buy these things have come in handy, or someone will say, "Oh, it didn't have its tag. It's not new." Yeah, we just send Poshmark support a copy of the receipt, and it's over, and it's finished. They kind of know.
So keep your receipts.
Keep your receipts. It helps. Not just for tag purposes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you feel community spirit is as strong as it once was? No. No, it's definitely not. Things have changed. I think there are a lot of things that have changed that. I think COVID, us all being separated from each other for so long, it kind of stopped the evolution of a lot of the relationships, people getting to know each other through events, especially speaking of Poshmark, because, they have them every month and so forth and so on. So that definitely...
even just local Posh and Sips, they weren't even letting people do the Posh and Sips. Were a great way to 5, 10, whatever it is, 15 people to get together in a city, and then get to, get to know each other, they stopped doing all that too. So I think people started to lose touch.
Yeah, I mean, look, virtual events are great, and thank God for them. I think they got us all through COVID. Obviously, COVID still exists, of course.
Yeah.
But
there's something
there's
so different
no
about
replacement for being one-on-one or one-on-one with someone. But thank God we all had the virtual to at least get us through.
Exactly.
And our next is, do you feel sharing, and obviously this is a question that's been around for years.
I think we've answered this one.
Other closets helps your sales, meaning our sales. So for us to share someone else's closet. And we do.
And we said that, before.
Which we have said a gazillion times. And for those who maybe haven't heard our view, when you share someone else, a lot of people, not all, will come in and share you back. And what you're doing really is, one, you're extending kindness, but you are marketing your products. The more people that see your products, the greater the chance of a sale. Especially with Poshmark's algorithm all in a twist, people aren't seeing your products the way they were.
So to do anything you can to maybe get it into somebody else's lap or in somebody else's visibility, we're firm believers in it.
Yeah.
It's almost like the piggyback effect. Like you can just it keeps trickling down. So if I share you, then you share me, then it goes out to the feed. Somebody else shares that off the feed. It's just you're hoping that it's like eventually gonna land in the right lap.
So I think if you look at sharing other people's closets and having them come back to you, you look at it more as marketing than, because look, some people will say they feel that it's a waste of time.
It's definitely time consuming.
It's going to be time consuming.
I wouldn't say a waste of time, but it is definitely time, especially because there are so many different things that you have to do when it comes to Poshmark and how to work your page and all that stuff.
But we definitely sell a lot of items from sharing other people's closets. Where they come and see a promotion we're having, so forth and so on. So we do highly suggest it. We know some people don't. That's totally cool. Whatever works for you, keep on doing you.
Disclaimer.
Do you? Do you feel there is room in reselling for new people starting out?
Of course.
We do. We definitely do.
Yeah.
What I will say is, I think, especially since we started out in 2015, people have really become savvy, experienced resellers. So clients probably expect a little more now than they did when we started, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
So it does require a new seller to have to ramp up their, whatever that word is you're supposed to apply to it, and learn how to be better faster.
Yeah.
You definitely don't have as large of a window of opportunity to kind of just figure it out. So definitely ask lots of questions.
Also, too, I think all the platforms, have evolved so much.
Sure.
There are more tools. There are more things that you can use. Like John definitely said, things have evolved. People have become more savvy. People used to just, when we started on Poshmark, there were a lot of pictures where it was like just on the floor. Things have changed because you have to think of it as this is your storefront, so to say. I always say, especially because everybody knows we came from a brick and mortar background, it's very important to look at your Posh closet as a virtual brick and mortar store.
Just so kind of like really how eBay sets it up.
Yeah, and that's exactly how eBay sets it up. So if somebody's coming into your store, you want to present them to the to the max, so to say.
The look, everything should be thought about.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and well conceived. Going back to the other question, I'm sure for whoever is like really active, let's say maybe the Facebook groups or on Instagram, a lot of people have stopped reselling and went back to, for lack of a better term, traditional jobs outside the home or what have you.
Call it non-reselling.
Non-reselling jobs. And with that, and a lot of that, because, they went into full-time reselling during the pandemic. Needed to for a variety of reasons. So a lot of people have transitioned again back. So there is less competition that way. Of course, I think some people just are really having a bad day when they say they're leaving reselling We all have those
We
days.
all have those days.
We all say that now and
We
then.
all say, like, I'm done. I give up.
I
This
hate
is
my
too much.
job.
This job is terrible.
Too much stress.
Too much stress. These used clothes are driving me crazy.
And then 10 minutes later,
You're
I'm
like, you
loving
know
it.
what? It's made a sale. I'm cool now.
Yeah, all's good. All's
Thanks.
good. Do we work from home or in a warehouse? And the answer is both.
Yeah.
I think like lots of people, once you reach a certain level of growth, you have to look outside of your own home unless you have a 30,000 square foot house, which we don't. We live in a large condo, which we love. But, as an example with us, we like our house to look like a house. So,
definitely.
yes, we do have a home office where, we office things.
Well,
That's it.
as everyone's seen from our videos, especially like on Instagram, when we're listing and all that stuff, we're buried up to our eyeballs
Yeah.
in merchandise all over the place in our house. But we try and that's another reason why we try to knock things out as fast as possible.
And bulk things together.
Get it done fast, and then we can bring it over to our
And then
warehouse.
move everything to the warehouse.
Because it's very important, and I'm sure as everyone has experienced it at some point, you don't want to live in your merchandise. We don't have kids.
It's really not good for the mind.
It's
to
not
live
good
in
for the mind.
confusion.
We
At
have
least
a
for
cat,
us, it's not.
But we know people that we talk to all the time. They have kids and the pets and all that stuff. You have to be cognizant of making sure there's enough space in your home to
For
live
people.
in it. For people to live, and not your
People have to
merchandise.
live. People need space.
So if you can afford it, we always recommend you can start off small, like 5x10, storage lockers or whatever. They even have I think they even have 5x5s. We recommend if you don't have the space, definitely look into it. They're really affordable actually.
Exactly. And the next, and this is something we've never been asked before because it's not
Because it's not our thing.
It's not our
Yeah.
line of experience. What do you think?
Why?
Oh, yeah, why? I'm sorry, blind. Why do you think the sneaker craze is so strong?
Well, first I want to.
Well, it has been for a lot of years, but it's really crazy.
Like,
now.
like when we were kids, Air Jordans were hot. I remember when the pumps came out, like the Adidas pumps, and everybody wanted the pumps. Chuck Taylor's, Converse, all those Adidas, Run DMC. So the sneaker
I
games,
thought I was Run DMC.
so did I. And I couldn't walk. I kept walking out of my shoes without the laces on.
Yeah,
because they didn't wear the laces, and I broke my ankle I think 3 times. It was great. But anyway, so it's always been a craze.
Yeah.
So I think now.
Well, a lot of it, I believe, references back to, we've all seen the YouTube videos, the television shows talking about how people will pay,
Crazy
hundreds
money.
and hundreds of dollars for the Easy Bake Oven they had back in 1967.
Yeah.
People, I think,
Nostalgia.
ultimately, it's nostalgia.
It's nostalgia.
It, maybe it wasn't, the tennis shoes that they can afford now weren't what your family could afford because they had a family to buy for back in the day. So I think that's part of it. Also, you know what? Streetwear is just hot, hot, hot.
Very hot. Look, I always kind of like, compare it to, handbags. A lot of women love to have high-end luxury handbags, and they have a lot of them because they like to collect them. It's kind of the same concept with sneakers.
I mean, something's crazy when Fendi, Versace, and all these big fashion houses sell
Balenciaga.
more sneakers and slide sandals than they do
Their bags.
all other shoes.
Yeah.
And even some of their
bags.
some bag categories. Yeah.
Right.
It's pretty major. I think it's gonna be around for a while. It's bananas. And look, we're in South Florida,
But
so people don't give up their sneakers. They buy them. They will have 20, 30 pair. They pair them with outfits.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what time of the year because even if you're wearing jeans in what we call the winter down here, they still wear the sneakers. So down here, it's really hard, especially like secondhand. We see everybody, getting these sneakers whenever they're out, like, thrifting and all that stuff. Down here in South Florida,
It's just not.
they don't even
it
exist.
just doesn't exist.
Not in
in
any of the
South
stores
Florida.
that we go to. They're really hard to get your hands on.
Any sneakers that are in South Florida, because obviously Goodwill is so ridiculous with the prices and all that jazz now, look like they have been run over with a tractor.
Oh yeah.
And they're $40.
Or like those Nike.
And they stink really bad.
The dad sneaker, I call it. The Nikes that we
dad
saw.
sneaker.
They were $49.99 at Goodwill.
Used.
Used.
Like stepped on a lot.
Stepped on.
That's where
Not
I think the
stepped on.
sneaker craze and goodwill have gone totally
AWOL.
off track. It's
AWOL.
ridiculous.
But like, you know, if you guys definitely see them out there, I mean, it's
And
not,
you get them for the right price. Look,
yeah,
there are a
I
lot
mean,
of people that
are
are
killing
really
the game right now with those
holding
sneakers.
it up. Yeah. So, congratulations to them. And guess what? That's our last question for today. Thank you all for watching.
We really, really love doing this for you guys, so keep the questions coming in. Make sure you subscribe and like so we can keep putting out the content for you guys. It's always a pleasure.
Take care. Be well, everybody.
Have a good one.